I'm Nick Haskin of Nightmare Fuel Streaming, and welcome to our first episode of Airlock Shock. Today we'll be going where you don't need eyes. Real talk, this is a visual medium and you will need eyes. Event Horizon is a movie about a spaceship of the same name that goes missing and then reappears 7 years later. A search and rescue vessel, the Lewis and Clark, led by Lawrence Morpheus Fishburne, is dispatched to rescue survivors and find out what happened aboard the Event Horizon. Before intercepting the ship, the Lewis and Clark make a pit stop to pick up an additional crew member, Sam Jurassic Neal, the Event Horizon's original designer. As the Lewis and Clark makes its way to the missing ship, the crew hears a spooky, distorted audio log, the last outgoing call from the Event Horizon. Despite this obvious bad omen, the crew proceeds to board the ship, only to be greeted with floating, frozen meat popsicles instead of survivors. The crew splits up to explore the rest of the ship, and one by one are haunted by otherworldly sights and sounds based on their personal previous traumas. The crew then gathers for a team safety meeting to share their various experiences and formulate a plan. When the team vote is to abandon and destroy the Event Horizon, all are in agreement but Sam Neill. The Event Horizon and Dr. Weir, under its influence, then do everything they can to stop the rest of the crew from escaping and destroying the ship. A few survivors do end up making it off the Event Horizon by detonating conveniently pre-existing explosive charges and escape in the front life pod section of the ship. This makes for a bittersweet ending. They destroy a majority of the ship, but are still aboard a section of it. They better hope that curse was room-to-room specific. If the grav tanks they're floating in are green from sage, then we can assume everybody's safe and the life pod is cleansed. This sci-fi horror hybrid is a lot of fun, and is packed with scares and tropes from both of its respective genres. Event Horizon is a haunted house movie in space! What more could a boy ask for? Robots! While I love this movie as a whole, there's aspects of it that I focus way too much on while rewatching. For example, I have an absolute love-hate relationship with the ship's design. If you've seen more than 5 space movies, then you know 90% of them start with a spaceship flying by. Due to the nature of this genre, you're going to need a sick ship. That's where the Event Horizon runs into a problem for me. I like thick ships. And this one just looks sick, literally. There's no meat on its bones, which can't provide a very structurally sound, spacefaring vessel. I may not be in love with the entirety of this ship's design, but it does boast a lot of gothic elements reminiscent of Warhammer 40k's grimdark future, and a really badass cross-shaped window on the bridge. Overall, the ship's aesthetic really sells the haunted house and space feel. I mean, come on, you can take one look at it and know it's cursed without ever having to step aboard it. Why does the vertigo-inducing hallway of spinning spikes have to be so dangerous? I know it's explained that it's a crucial addition so that the experimental, black hole-emitting, hell-warping engine drive can work. You would think that it would be covered or shielded for crew members' safety, but no. They left it exposed because it looks cooler and spookier, but ultimately begs for space ghosts and demons. Another aspect that fries my circuits is the airlock trauma featured in this film. The one crew member that should have died doesn't. But once he wakes up, he too will wish he was dead. On a better note, this movie has an improvised arsenal. The boarding crew isn't armed, so they must resort to weaponizing heavy-duty nail guns, which adds a cool factor to a few scenes in regards to self-defense and ship repair. I love this movie, and while I highly recommend it, you should probably ask yourself a few things first. Do you like Doom, Dead Space, and Ghost Ship vibes? Do you like warp demons, or Games Workshop-inspired spaceship designs? How about space ghosts that burn hotter than a Rammstein live set? Thanks for tuning in and joining us for Airlock Shock. Stay tuned for more Nightmare Fuel streaming content, and be sure to check out our sister show, Tape Tune. Until next time, stay spacey, friends.